Carolyn Horning, 46016. Good evening, Council. Good to see you all this evening. I have, I guess, a couple statements and a couple questions. I think I would just start by saying that I agree with some of the statements that have played out tonight and previously, to say I'm really disappointed that the mayor and the administration did not come back and ask for the appropriated funds for the $700,000 administration, because I think that a lot of what's happening tonight and this past week could have been avoided had those funds actually been used. And again, the council, some of you were on the council at the time, some weren't, but that money was sitting there. And I actually would love to hear from the mayor why those funds even now are not being used to pay for the administration of the ARP funds through 2026, because these funds are not stopping December 31st, 2024. They will continue to be spent, and reporting will continue to be necessary. And so I actually am really curious for the mayor why he's not using the funds that are already appropriated by the council to pay for support for Gretchen and the other staff that have other full-time positions within the city to administer this going forward. So I'd love to start with that question if I can.
Well, this is in the courtroom, so I'm going to decline, but thank you.
Interesting. Mayor, I'm really glad you're here tonight, but I'm really curious why that's not a question that you're willing to answer. So, just for clarity, absolutely. He absolutely has the right not to speak. And I, as a citizen who is asking for some justification for this, I'm just really disgusted, actually, more than disappointed. I'm a little disgusted by that. I also think it's a little bit, I guess I would also follow that to say, I heard the mayor say multiple times that the easiest thing is to put it towards the water project. I would ask as a citizen council that you not do the easiest thing, because I don't think the easiest thing is necessarily the right thing or the most equitable thing. And so easy is not the answer here. That's not why people get into the positions they're in, because of easy. And so I would just ask you, I'm okay with the idea that if there's some dollars left over after some things, maybe it goes to the water project. But I agree with you, President Stevenson. I have spoken personally and with a group to some folks that have been talking with Councilwoman Harless. I have their permission to say the Heart of Indiana United Way, Madison County Community Foundation, and Anderson Housing Authority are all willing to do what you said, President Stevenson, in the next 2 weeks before the end of this year, are willing to look at how they could take some of those funds to directly benefit the citizens of Anderson. United Way, as an example, already has a system set up with the city, with the friend-to-friend utility assistance that happens every year with our utility bills, where they vet the people and then the city pays the money to the city utilities. I think that would be a beautiful way to support more of our citizens directly who have been impacted by COVID, to use some of those funds in that way. I would be in support of some of the funds going to the homeless task force. I do have questions about the fact that that organization just became a nonprofit this year, and so I guess I'm curious if there's the legal justification for some of the funding. Sorry?
Well, we didn't start the task force till this year.
That's what I'm saying.
The task force was there and then got the ordinance, and they just, what was that? When did you guys hire the attorney to get that involved? That was just
Right. So my question is, if that organization was not a nonprofit during COVID, are they eligible for funds that were intended to address COVID disparities? So that's a question I don't know.
I think it's because it's the leftover amount, just like going to the water. How I understand it.
It's because it's an entity that can hand the money out. It's not like they were affected that they can hand the money out to those.
Okay, interesting. I would be curious about that. So, and I also would just acknowledge here, because we have heard rumors, if you will, about the $900,000 to homeless. Again, I've come to all of you regularly, especially since August, asking about those funds. I've heard allusion to it tonight, but I would love to hear an actual public statement of where those funds are going and when that when those funds will be, when the contract is in place, because I'll be honest, I would hate for that $900,000 to slip through the cracks. in these last 2 weeks of the year that are designated for homeless. And maybe if that's already a contract happening with Aspire or someone else, can another 1.5 million go into that fund, right? We're talking about the easy way. That's a contract that's about to be signed that again will go directly to the citizens of Anderson that are some of the most vulnerable ones. So that's what I would offer. I would also ask the council, whatever resolutions you end up voting on tonight, I would really as a citizen love to hear your rationale for your yes or no. So I would ask that all of you give explanation for however you vote on the resolutions in front of you tonight. Thank you.